In the story to self-fulfillment, we often find ourselves at a crossroad, wondering what the hell we're doing, why we're doing it, or just to carry on with the grind and think that this is what life is, right? Wrong. That is not what life is about. Life is about experience. It's about experiencing more of yourself. So the question is, what do I want to experience? What is waiting for me? The truth of that is, do you want to realize who you are? Do you want to do what you are here to do? To build on your passions and your skills, talents and abilities that we all have in our own unique individual ways. How do you build on becoming that version of yourself? Getting from where you are here and now to where you are there. First off, let's imagine, close your eyes for a moment with me if you can, and just think and feel. See if you can see in your mind's eye what that person looks like. That person being you. That person being who you want to be. Doing the things that you want to do. See how they talk. See what their mannerisms are. What are their body language? How do they dress? How do they act? How do they interact with other people? Visualize that inside your mind. And now we're going to take a step into that version of you. Step into that version of you and look out through the eyes of being that version of you, that potential, because that is available to you, that you can actually be who you want to be. But these days we quite often like or want to have these things now. We want that instant manifestation. But truly, the only way you can get to where you want to be is through action, to becoming that person, to becoming that version of yourself. Because it is a quantum possibility and probability locked within you to shift into being that person and resonating as who you're meant to be. So to help you realize that you can be that is to start with that imaginal act of who you want to be, who you can be, who you prefer to be. But you might, if you can see that, already tell that that version of you is acting and behaving a little bit different from the way you behave now. So how to take those steps forward in order to change, in order to be more of who you are and kind of peel away what isn't yours. I'd like to highlight the point that it's important to do some inside reflecting, to check out and check into why you behave the way you do right now. Sometimes it's not an easy thing because these will be truths about yourself that can be uncomfortable. But the only way you can become a more wholesome version of yourself is to detach and let go of those ways of being. I'd like to share an example that was shared with me that really helps shine a light on what happens when you do self-introspection. Say at 3 a.m, you go to the bathroom and then you check in the mirror. You see your hair's a mess, so you get the brush, you start brushing your hair, and then you realise, why am I brushing my hair? Self-inquire. And at the first level it may be, well, my hair's a mess, it needed a brush. Then to the next layer, why did I think my hair was a mess? And you could probably find because what other people think of me is important to my self-image. There you can shine a light. You're bringing out an unconscious behavior into your conscious mind, and you're able to see, I was doing that behavior because I thought I prioritized what others thought of my self-image. And once you're able to surface these patterns of behavior that are nearly always, they're going to be subconscious or unconscious patterns of behavior, you're then able to put a light on it and realize, but that doesn't make any sense, especially at 3 in the morning, right? If you were brushing your hair, who's there to see it? But take it to that deeper level and recognizing that your behaviors may be being driven by what other people think of you. And once you actually start to logically pull those apart in your conscious mind, their power dissolves. The structure that's been holding it up unconsciously starts to fade away because you realize it doesn't make any sense doing that. And you're able to then detach and then start to be more of yourself without having to worry about necessarily what other people think of you. These are the types of actions that will help clear the way so that you're able to move closer towards who you want to be. Because there's going to be a path, there's going to be actions required in order for you to get towards or become who you want to be. Then you don't have to think linearly. You could be whoever you want to be, whatever job or profession, vocation that you may want to express as being more of yourself. You can actually let go of having to think of a linear, I need to update my CV, I need to get a reference, perhaps those things are going to be required in order for you to get to where you want to be. But you don't have to let the outside world programs essentially direct your courses of action, of walking your path. Once you start being able to free up your mind and not overthink in your head, stop for a moment and just, again, if you can, close your eyes and then move your conscious awareness down into your heart, down into your chest. If you can actually do that, even for 30 seconds, you're going to realize that there is a different feeling, there is a different thinking that's taking place. So you don't have to be so heady about planning out and thinking in concrete. What do I need to do? How I need to do it? Perhaps doing those things helps you then realize what you do need to do. Because there is no right or wrong in this. It's going to be about feeling and finding your own way with it. Perhaps even writing things out, writing down what you want to be, how you feel you want to get there, or even those introspective ideas on why you behave the way you do. Just writing them out physically onto paper does something. It really gives you a perspective to be able to see you've concreted it, you've written it down physically. And you're able to see it differently. It's almost like a little before and after that happens, and it helps you let go and detach. You remove it from yourself and put it onto the paper. So there might be some of those linear things that you feel you need to do if it is to find a certain job and move into a certain career profession. There's nothing wrong with that. But realize that that is not going to stop you if you need to do something else, or you have found that that's not getting you to where you want to go. Releasing some of these patterns and unconscious behaviors are going to allow your intuition to come in and guide you more, so that you're not necessarily locked in your head thinking that, well, this is how you do that and that's how you do that, because your only reference point is what you've been shown, what you've been told, or what you've ever known or seen. You're able to manifest what others may seem as impossible, because you're going to walk a path towards what's right for you, who you are as a being, as your unique self. And your being is made up of your frequency and vibration. That's really why we all have a path and a journey to walk on to becoming who we want to be, because you are shifting your frequency and vibration through evolving your thoughts, your behaviors into who you're being. And then from there, that is reflected out into physical reality. And you will find that synchronicities, things are going to pop up, so that essentially doors that weren't serving you are going to close and new opportunities are going to open. But only once you're walking that path with intention, the intention of moving towards who you want to be, who you feel you are. That is one sure way in being able to help self-realize who you want to be. One step in the right direction. Just always remember and recognize who you are matters. The fact that you are alive now means that you have a purpose in this world. That maybe you're already partially living it and you're querying, how can I take it to the next level? These tools will at least be some sort of guide in opening you up to your intuition, to the ability to read your intuition through detaching from who you have been, so that you are actually shifting into a more complete version of yourself. And with that, we always face challenges, but you're not necessarily going to get what you want, you'll get what you need. But who you are being is going to be reflected out, which may well be reflecting what you want. It's part of who you are. So until the next video, much love to you, and I hope that you can help move towards being your own self-realized creator.